Welcome to this new course. The focus is on showing you a very tight and contained system for offensive close guard. Using the lapel, super, tricky. The main issue you'll have is setting up the grip. And that's what we're going to focus on first. But once you get the grip and you're setting it up right, and you learn how to control it right, all the attacks are going to flow. It's so easily. So let's get started. First up, lead cross grip. My right foot is right. And I want you to use my own face grip with the palm faces down. And the reason I do that is very simple. If his thumb is up, it means his elbow down. The principle of the thumb where you apply to the armbar. And if his elbow in, it means first of all I can get under really easy, but also if he pulls back, it's super tight. I still can't get him. So with this grip, I'm bringing my elbow to my side, and I'm also turning his wrist as much as I can so the palm faces down. You know, if he responds to it, man, it's fine. But he pulls away, that's fine. But he probably won't. He'll still be working on his offense because he doesn't feel as much of a threat in this situation. But his elbows out. That creates space, so I can come off under, put the collar. All right? Now I have my two grips. I'm gonna pull both grips in as I bring my knee to my chest. And as I go, you can resist as much as you want, but it's gonna be hard for him to stop that propel from opening. He's still gonna be pulling back, slowly resisting, and I'm just gonna keep pulling. What I want is this propel open as much as possible, allowing the tricep, and get up with it. So here, I'm pulling, he's resisting, he's pulling back, get up, over, up, and still resist. Once you go so tight, it's hard for him to look around, it's hard for him to spin the arm out. Notice now, come under his elbow, under his wrist. I grab my own wrist, figure four. Double step. Now it's a grip thing. You try to pull away? Alright. Alright. So again. Quick. Hold down. Turn the thumb down. Well, come with it. Knee to fast. Break the grip. Good. Use my chest to keep that forward. Uh, block. Break the grip. Ready to work. Here's another instance for you if you don't want to. One is kind of you have reason to get it up because so it's okay. So one of the grips you like, or that leads to a lot of offensive options, is uh, collar, right? Now, after you have the grips, he's holding me down. What I want to do is I want to grip same side collar, open the collar. Like I'm grabbing it like if it's super tight. I'm grabbing it, opening, and I'm also propping his arm. I'm gonna use the same arm as he has on my high collar. Right? Now, I'm gonna sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up, see the deep. And when I do that, I'm full break pocket. And as soon as I can, I go under. Again, both grips pull, knees come to chest. And what I'm doing, I'm trying to push his lapel to the back of his front. And keep his pocket out. He's gonna be trying to stretch out, he's gonna try to fight. I know it. He's gonna try to break my grip. It doesn't matter. Sit down with him. When I sit up, and then the reason I sit up because I'm here, you can go for one. So when you sit up, try to break under it, like he has to go through a lot of wall, like he has to go through my body to get it. Okay. And then I have the opportunity to swim. Wow. walk down. And you can try to pull out. That's it. Hard. Alright? So once again, open, open, hip up, shoot off. Kind of like, can you open it in? Open it in. Alright? And start breaking this posture out. Start positioning. Look for any opportunity to open, like grab this lapel. Right? And you can resist and break this posture. Even if he reaches up and try to grab, I use that to open it. Alright? And that's it. Yeah. Lock. And then we go into first thing, the first challenge you have when we go into the system, this specific system, is getting the grip. If you can do that consistently, it's a two options. Do I use the most? And then that's the only one. Get the grip, understand it, hold the grip when the roll is long. All right, so let's go into the first attack in the sequence. This is a very what you catch people busting. No, no one. Watch it. So, and he's locked up. I know. I want to get my grip. So, first up, one man. Until I have enough space to go under. And then pull. Yeah, pull off. All right. Now, my hip moving out, pulls it down towards the back. So you try to flex. And all I'm gonna do is punch my knee, lock my ankle, take that knee back, and then slide my left hand out over his wrist, and it comes straight down. Right now, his elbow's being blocked, so that he can't move to escape the red swap. Let's go in position. Open as high as possible. Power right over the tricep. Hand under the wrist, grabbing my own wrist. Elbow down. All right? Hip moves out. Okay. Wrist slides up. Here's the next attack sequence. Tell us the thing. Right? Right. Yep. Open the toe. High. High. So like you want to go toe right around the back of the tricep. Hand comes under. Grab your own wrist. And if my elbows are down, he can wiggle up. So, elbows down. And you try to go. And I'm kind of pulling his elbow in super tight. Hip moves out. And my left elbow is going to go high. And I'm looking to catch his chin with my elbow and push it away. And then I'll push it, step up high into the ankle. Right? Still tight. Like you try to pull away, it's hard because I still have no power. Right? And now I'm going to push the space away more because it creates more space for me to bring my leg over. And then my hip is going to turn that way. So my back of my calf is right over the crown of the head. What that does is it stops him from stacking. So it's horrible. And he not want to be there. So leg high here, leg angle here. And now he tries to stack him. It's hard. I have my time to like attack it there. And finish my arm up. So let's do it again. Grip. It moves out. Full come across. Come. Like, hit. Start. You on the way. Put on hit. You go up. Push away. His leg is clamping down on the shoulder. On the back of his leg. Leg open. Slides over. Hit switch. Knees pinch. Control down. Lift it. So, here's the third talking to people. Very similar to that. It's just a change in how you feel. So, let's look at it. So, keep it long. I got the lapel open. I got it in the right spot. I locked it in. Move my hip out. Now it's in, right? Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure I have a structure that reinforces this situation and makes it even harder for him to escape. So, here, I have a lock. When I move my hip out, my leg, my left leg, is going to go over his shoulder, and I'm going to lock my leg. You know? This means that now his shoulder is being blocked on that side, and his elbow is being blocked on the hip. So, like, if he's trying to move, it's hard. You know? And all I'm going to do is grab the outside of his hip with wrist, the palm takes it out, and I'm going to pull his wrist away from him as I throw my hip forward. It puts a lot of torque on his shoulder, and light tap. So, backward position, lock, cross, lock his shoulder down. Pinch the knee side. Pull the outside of the hand. Pull the wrist towards you. And now throw your hip towards your shoulder. And like you try to move, wrist. That's the first like minute flipping into in the sequence. You have Wristlock, Armbar, and then it's the lock. Okay? Now we're gonna go look at it. We're going to a variation of this system that requires you or gives you the benefit of additional control. Yeah, so really pay attention to this. We transition to a variation of high guard from this situation. So let's put people onto the gut. You should know it. And lock down. Elbows tight. All right? Hip moves out. And from here, I'm just going to do the same kind of like armbar setup where I go cross and use my elbow to make it. But that doesn't allow me to kind of spread out slowly as my leg goes over the shoulder. And I'm trying to angle off like I'm doing an armbar. All right? And then I want to lock my leg as close to a figure four as possible. If you can lock down to a figure four, that's even better. That makes it powerful. All right? Now, if you can't, this is good. This tension needs to go. So tight. You try to move hard. First attack, of course, is still have the armbar because we already went through it. So this is like the best situation to finish armbar because he has no opportunity to escape. But what we'll do this time is switch to a reverse armbar. Well, one crunch. My elbow, well, my hand is going to the back of his elbow, and I'm pulling his elbow to the sky. And I'm not rolling his elbow so it's pointing towards the sky. Then I'm going to reinforce my grip. So two hands on the elbow, and then crunch up slightly, and then pull over. All right? Let's look at it again. Let's establish under. Hip move out as you pull the elbow across. Here. You're setting up the armbar. And then you open outside leg and lock wherever you lock. If you get it close to the figure four, like that's better. Right? Leave it super tight. You can't like just lock with the lock and pinch your knees. Now, slide through, grab the elbow, roll it up, reinforce, twist up slightly. Like cradle his wrist between your ear and your shoulder, and then pressure down. All right. That's the first attack in high guard variation of this situation or this sequence of offense. And look, next tax is too quick. Is very it's a different option if your control station armbar or you want something a little different. Starting off. Press open again. Lock. Hip off. Look off. Don't adjust. Unit. Lock up where we go out. Pinch your knees or if you get off, you take it forward. But if you can't, just pinch your knees. Give you the same amount of control. Now here, when I put this on through, maybe I'm trying to find an elbow and it's not working. Uh, and I still have the wrist lock, I still have the armbar. Those attacks are always there, right? But if I'm trying here and I'm going to really attack his armbar, I'm just not getting there. So maybe the elbow comes out a little, go back, bend his wrist, and all I'm going to do is pull his elbow down, push the wrist up. That's one attack, and let's look at it again. Go, go over there, real quick. You're going to do your block first. Hold on, grab one. And you also have a wrist lock. Look, just here, push the wrist in, finish there. Two, well, actually, more attacks. You still have the armbar, still have the wrist lock on one arm, and then you also have armbar, Demara, and wrist lock on the other arm. So in that situation, you get past the twos with bitter pill he wants to follow, right? But getting there is the main you have to work your two difficult, right? Number one or another is it happens more often when maybe you're not as full in the hips and you total transition to the hormone houses to when you want something that doesn't require you to move and want in this direction or use your hips in that thing. So this is based off the same grip shot. So we'll keep bringing go back and try to lock in the wrist in and what happened, right? Hip still moves out. Everything's the same. But when we're here, instead of going all the way to the other side, I'm going to punch across as I sit up the mouth, right? So we're gonna look again. Here, it moves out, elbow, elbow comes back, hand comes down, right? And what I want to do is I want to pass this without using my other hand. Right. So look, again, what he's doing is he's clapping his arm across my center arm. So if he tries to come back, like turn back into me, it's not possible. And that he could put my back on the mat, but this actually makes it easier for me to do my next attack. So he's here. I do not want my elbow to go so high that he gets out. So my elbow's back. It's like putting it on the back of his lap. Put my left foot on his hip. And I'm going to throw my hip into his shoulder as I hit the grip. And when my palm is facing down and hit draws until I finish the bill. Look at that. See that? Come on. That's a grip. Lock it in. Hip moves out. Elbow pulls back. Arm comes around. Get my grip. Put it on the hip. Hit forward. Hit. Like that choke. Man, I learned that from a really good training partner, Richard Demara. He does it a little differently, but man, once I learned it, and started like using it, it made a massive difference. And this setup is one of those tigers I know. Right? So I want you to use it. And you know you'll have success with it. All right? We're attacking the system. All right? Let's get working. I want to show you a very similar situation. This time you're still attacking near side instead of far side. Right? You have the grip, and you lock down. All right? Hip moves out, elbow comes back, grip pass. Now from here, you have the choke, or maybe it's not capable. Like you tried it and it's not working. Like you just smile. The elbow keeps coming back. You want to keep your grip and you're going to get out and kind of sit on the outside of your knee. All right. Now, once you're here, this elbow is going to sit up to my hand. Now move my hip again. From here, all we want to do is look to get my knee up and kind of driving forward. It's like I'm trying to flatten them, flatten, so I get my hook. And then I keep flat. Keep flat. So again, grip, hip, elbow, grip, hip, pull, drop. Flat. From there, the world open. Not only do you have a point in the tournament situation, but the guy's uncomfortable. Like if he's uncomfortable, it gives you opportunity to attack. Like that's one of our primary goals in jiu-jitsu is to put the person in positions that they don't like, that they react to in the wrong way. And you typically do that. The next attacking sequence is again like very basic. We just add some grip, add some details to make it more. It's a clean little bit. All right. So in position. Oh, good. Wow. Hip moves out. Elbow comes down. And we do want to have this propel as much like space as possible. So when you sit up, you're not driving chest into the elbow and really pass that grip. Right? Now, as soon as you get the grip, all you're gonna do is scoot your hip back under. So like drive, hip under, square up. And then here, you pull them in as much as possible, loaded weight. You know, far leg, elbow stay tight. And then leg go to the sky, one leg creeps, come over, pull out. Again, grip, hip, elbow, grip, hip, low, grip, swing. All right. We have one more thing for that week. Really, really cool. All right. So, wait. This is the last attack in the whole thing. Right? It connects to the last thing we did, the pendulum sweep, and it's something you can throw into it right away. Like, whenever you have this grip and you hit the feet, you should finish with this thing. Right? So, have the grip, hip comes off, up, put the hip back under, roll the weight, hit the grip, and roll them again. Swing out. And then right here, what you want to do is keep it all tight, kind of scoot your chest back, and then take your hand and go right around his neck, under your forearm, and then as you go, you're just going to pull right as you straighten your arm. It's moving. Now, you can be nice about that and go slow, or as you sweep, you're already going for the kill. So make sure you, this is also why you make sure you pull this D out as much as possible and get it as tight as possible around. Keep the grip. Hey, move out. You also, one thing I didn't detail, something here won't make it hard for you to set up the grip. Grip both hands, both sides of the sword. Sit up, grip, spread out, roll, swing, and right here, test move back, finish. All right? This is the whole system of the power pack. And three of them will make you more sure. Especially with time getting the grip. If you just get that, man, everything else will work well. So look, man, I want to add something to the Deathlock system. And this is some a situation that happened recently when I've been like experimenting with it. It happened like when I got the Deathlock, and I'm just gonna skip along. Yeah, mess the gear all up. So I have the gear out and I got the full lock, right? And before I was able to transition my hip and start attacking, he stepped his leg up. What happened was, as soon as that happened, or the consequence of this action is that it killed my hip. Like I can no longer go that way, and I really can't get the angle I want to start attacking the arm. And so, like my offense this way is kind of killed, and my offense that way is kind of killed. So the first attack we're gonna do is something new that I kind of put together. Like it made sense with some other stuff I've been playing with in other positions. So here I let go of the pull out, but I keep pulling in. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm trying to block it so I can't really disengage yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of use this knee to kind of shift it. So like I'm pulling forward and also across because I want my hand to come under his lip. Now when I go, keep pushing, and my goal is to kind of offset him so much that he bases out. All right. As soon as he bases out, my foot, I'm gonna bring my leg knee to my chest or as high as I possibly can. Shoot. Wow. But look at that again. The whole consequence of the sequence is I have to make him base. Like if I can make him base, there's the opportunity. So I had to lock 2 steps up. I lift my hip, create space, come under, and then I'm a hard bump him. Like it's like I'm trying to free him. You know? With that bump is when my leg comes out and I come back. Lock. And transition. So one more time. Here, steps up, hit, lock, and then it's almost like I'm doing a waiter. And look, I want to keep like driving and putting all kinds of weight on because like he should feel that if he lets go, he lifts his arm, he falls. Right? So I'm putting all that weight, like this leg is heavy. And as I push away this leg out, pull that leg out. Now everything pulls in. This hand circles from around to under, go for the hit, lock, yeah, finish. Another thing happens, and you may have, been a magnet, but sometimes, especially when you do this particular like often in sequence, he'll pull his arm out, right? So when that happens, well, here he steps up and hips up, boom. I go for the triangle. He pulls the arm free, right? Now, once this happens, what I want to do is pass the lapel to my other hand. Keep it tight. I'm gonna turn and look away. This leg is gonna chop. This knee is gonna come to the mat. Right, I'm straight. My body is like straight line, right? If you notice his body, he already lost position. And all I'm gonna do is do a roll here. Now, what this is a Lapelaplata. It's a variation of the omoplata sweep. And his reaction, his natural smart reaction, kind of gives it to you. It's a natural consequence of his action. So, boom, I got to start going for the counter here. He pulls the arm out, I pass the grip. Straight, I'm out. And another thing about this is that it can happen whenever he frees his arm from the lock. So this is another example of how you can do that same attack in this system in a different, slightly different situation. If I'm going here and before I lock up, he circles his wrist out, it's possible. So here, as a second example of a power power, I start going for my lock, he circles out, he beats me. As soon as he beats me, I want to pull him in, I want to break his pocket. So we're here, like as soon as I feel him circle out, knees come up. The grip. All right. As soon as I have the grip, what I want to do is a hard swing. So like even if he's trying to hold me in, I'm just gonna create space, bump him until I can get back to my seat. This is another challenge to some reactions you will run into. And I really want you to play with it because I think it adds another level of depth and offense to the Deathlock. So now that you've learned the system of Deathlock, let's show you some drills that are going to help you perform it to a higher degree of success, which is open up your hips, learn these little crucial adjustments that are required to play this kind of guard game and make it highly effective. So first drill is this no armbar. It's like the main thing is your partner's going to help you. He's going to give you the arms by pushing them up, right? But what I have to do is keep his arms in position as I transition to the armbar without using my hands to help. So one thing you can do is put the hands on the back of your head or just like leave them out here. And what you're going to do is step over one foot to the hip. And then you're going to use that hip as a post to lift your hip. And as you lift your hip, you drive your hip towards the back of his elbow. So you're actually extending it up to the sky and also towards his head. Now, other leg is going to shoot. Straight leg is going to whip around his heel, the heel facing his body. And I'm going to swing, 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 and then chop down. And then that chop is heavy, heavy, heavy. And now with the chop, I'm going to extend my leg a little, kind of pressure his body away, creating space as I slice across the head, tight, 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 tap to the back of the crown. And the test is, can you finish the armbar? There. So as a drill, you're probably going to hold. And let's say a good drilling sequence is either time, like 2 minutes on, or like 20 reps. Foot to the hip, extend up and also forward, because you want to feel his elbow right on the inside of your thigh. You extend the other leg straight and then turn the heel towards his body, lift it high into your armpit, and then kick away and clamp down. As you clap, you want to make sure his posture completely broke. And then you're going to extend him away slightly, keep your hip lifted, and slice across, pinch, and then tense. Okay? So watch it a little, then all right? This is the first drill. When you get that, like really get good at that, the first attack in the Deathlock Annihilation system will become easier for you. You'll feel when the armbar is that good. You'll also be able to transition your hip to that first attack really easily, which will make it lethal. All right. So this is another drill, and the purpose of this drill, even though it's technically an armbar, So armbar drill is like one of the most basic you ever learn. Like I learned it when I was a white belt. But it really doesn't help that much for arm thrust. It helps more with pendulum sweep and some very specific hip movements that are helpful in playing. So pay attention and play with this. Learn it. So, so execution. Double sleep grip. Put my head. Lift the head. Again, and we're starting in the armbar position. Now, this is when the flow begins. Like this leg is on his head, I'm gonna swing it out and around. But as I do it, I have to do one thing that's very important. I have to crunch up. If I don't crunch up when I swing, I'll have too much friction on the ground, so I won't really be able to come all the way around. Or at least it'll be hard. So crunch up, leg off, whipping around like a pendulum. And then at the end, you shoot your hip up. Right now, you're not trying to finish the armbar, but you're trying to get that full body rotation. All right. Now, like I said, one of the biggest challenges will be core. Like you have to crunch, and your pendulum leg is like a whip. You're using it as a counterweight to whip your body around. When you get this motion, it really helps you do the pendulum sweep, which is one of the attacks in Deathlock system. And generally, is also one of the most basic attacks you have in close range in general. The better you are at it, the easier it will be for you to sweep people, and the easier it will be for you to threaten like other attacks in that attack sequence. So this is a really good drill. Again, 2 minutes on is a really good flow. It'll really open up your hips, or 20 reps, and you can do sets. All right. So in this drill, this is an attack flow. It's actually a very good drill system because it shows you the connection between the armbar, the triangle, and the omoplata, which are always connected. Whenever you have an armbar, you have the other two. Whenever you have a triangle, you have the other two. Whenever you have an omoplata, you have the other two. They're always connected. And your ability to connect the attacks as the sequence of the flow will make your guard more vicious. So look at this drill. Pay attention to the transition because I'm trying to, in every transition, I want to give him the least amount of space to escape. So I'm also going to show you something cool. Since I'm not using the lapel, we're not going to the Deathlock. I'm going to show you an alternative grip that is really, really annoying for the guy. So first thing, I always want to be breaking his posture and pulling the knees in, like working him up. And what I want is I want to put my hand right on his hand. I'm going to pull him in, and then my hand's going to chop. Not to the back of the tricep, but right at the upper portion of his forearm. Like right below the elbow, or the inside of the elbow. And then I cut. Now the hand that was grabbing that was covering his hand, is going to roll the palm to his guy. And I'm going to pull his hand towards the outside, towards my elbow, as I pull his elbow towards my elbow button. What this does is puts all kinds of torque on the shoulders. It's a loose, very loose shoulder lock. But like if you try to pull away, it's really hard to pull away. And the more I torque him, the more annoying it is. All right? Foot goes to the hip, and I lift. And also, like as I go, he feels even more shoulder pressure. Technically, I can actually finish that if I'm in. Start angling off, high, clamp down, extend away, lock up, high bar. Now, he's going to pull arm out. This hand, the outside hand, is going to replace my knee and cup his head. As I cup, I pull the head towards me, and I bring the knee to the outside, towards there. Then my hand rotates, my hip rotates, and I lock the triangle. Now, in this position, he's going to really hug my hip, grab the belt with my outside hand, and I start extending away. As I extend, this hand comes in and grabs the collar, and then I rotate around to the omoplata. Right now, I could sit up, but we're not going to sit up. He's going to start posturing up. As he postures up, I stay heavy on the top leg. I start pulling him towards me with the leg. This leg comes around, and then my hand replaces it again. Rotates around, pushes the hip, locks up. Now, from the triangle, I'm going to lift my hip, pass the arm, bring it under my arm. All right? I still control the posture. And from this point, I start to extend him away. Flip the hip, foot on the hip, turn, lock, finish. So let's look at it again. Move around. Now, right here, if you're really having trouble getting an angle for the finish of the armbar, you can switch your hands, unload the far arm, start extending like you finish the triangle, and then as you go, you collect his elbow with your outside thigh, and just kind of pinch it up, and kind of bring his leg over, grab the hand. This is a flow. It's very beneficial to practice. Not only will it give you that sense of the connection between the three attacks, but also it's going to help you improve your hip transition. You should do it on both sides. And over time, you will notice that all your attacks from close guard get better. Well, we're going to add some more drills to the Deathlock system. And generally, the movement drills that will help you improve. So the first one we're going to do is to connect you to the Master Attack series. So I'm going to show you a different difference. So here, I'm popping, and I'm holding. All right, I think I did this before. Pulling both sides away, so it's like press on his arm, so when you try to pull away, it's forward. Then foot on the hip, come over high, not down. Push away, lock up. You pull the arm out, connect, transition, arms already in place, go for the old product, push away, there's the belt, lock up. And now this is when it changes. So from here, I'm gonna do the sweep as opposed to the, transition to the triangle. And what I want to do is I want to pull his arm. And I want this hand to come under his like elbow first, kind of press him away, because I want to create enough space for the hand to come under his foot. And if I can, I want to pass the grip to my hand. Just because it will help the transition a lot. Now, extend away. What's happening is his near shoulder starting to drop to the mat. And I'm doing a full in the roll as I belly out. And come out. Now I come up and one look at the wall. First thing I'm gonna do is second thing I'm gonna do is the armbar. And both across him. Is tight against your tricep. His elbow is isolated. Both the wrist and the arm are they're available at the time. So now let's do it again. Look, look. We're going through our defensive mission, starting off from the close guard position. Stop, turn, lock, pulls out, get back, go, out. Grab the call future so I have to pull him so he doesn't escape right away. I send him away, kind of almost like lifting him up. So his hip comes off his heel. Elbow comes down, lock. Grip what I can get. Look away, come up into a figure four. So this is all second kind of attack throw. And it's a very good drill to kind of keep reinforcing and kind of get there. Here's another drill for you. It's really basic, and I think it's super important. Just drill and drill. So all I'm doing is like you're probably gonna be very like these ones we call. He's not really trying to pull your hip down lane. He's just kind of sitting back, good posture. And what I have to do is I have to come up him. So I'm not trying to pull him down with my knees. What I'm trying to do is kind of curl my feet to the mat and lift my hip off of that. So like I'm loading my hip like a swing. So like, when I drop, it creates that rebound effect. So it's like up, down, up, but all in like a one sequence of movement, right? So because I'm trying to deal with the fact that there's a little inertia, like a little like a pause or resistance at the beginning of this movement. So when I try to come up, no matter how strong my abs are, this motion is gonna be rough. That's why I do that. I'm loading my hip and then use that as spring, pop it, come on. And then drill just either side. Pretty simple. How it relates to the system of Deathlock is because it's to my benefit to come up to him and then drag him down. Like my goal in close guard, no matter what kind of attack sequence I'm using or what kind of like strategy I have, it's first to break his posture. If you have strong posture, nothing I do is gonna really work as well. So hits up, come up. And if I'm trying to attack the lapel for the deck lock, lay down. So now when you try to posture back up, it's hard. This is what counts me off start opening the lapel. Start taking out the knee. Because I can take my power. You could be keep going with this and this and this, that out, go higher. So again, he started raising his top still kind of damage. You know what I mean? So it's a very important drill to really work on. You know to face it. You know it's something. It's dangerous. One of the drills I like a lot because it's like simple, but it's also a miniature or replication of what's like the. Let's go in, start off and close right in because it's not focused. And I'm gonna use the same grip setup where I'm kind of propping inside, right below the inside of the elbow, top of the forearm, carrying the palm up and I'm rolling. All right. This grip, when I do it right, is really strong. It's like it's one of the simplest grips to use. And what I want to do is I want to kind of lift my hip and then just to the side as I kind of move myself around his elbow so it crosses my thin arm. So I'm pulling, you might be pulling away, you listen. Yeah. And as I come across, pulling it, like moving around his elbow, I'm also going to crunch in a little and bring that lever. Because now when I try to square like up, it's a lot harder. Then this hand is going to wrist, going to go through his back, and I'm going to square back up, coming under. Right. Still, I'm pulling flat, my elbows down so he can't get his arm back. This hand comes under the leg. Really simple. This is like the zero to pendulum sweep. But key here is not just the roll him. I want to pull him up. So his hip comes off his heel. So both legs come up. Ah. Come them out. He elbow face. Way back. Close guard. Then hit you with the same sweep. And that's off rough. If you end up like keep going, like every time the loop hanging, in every like iteration, we can see. So it's like really good. All right, so today we're gonna go back over setting up the grip. I want to give you some detail like tips or tactics for setting it up, and it's also going to help you play your guards better in general. So close guard, we're going right in, and man, like for this system, it's very imperative that I pull the lapel out. But like if I just try to pull like this, like man, it's not gonna work that well because he's constantly trying to pass my guard, trying to attack. He might be trying to stand up, doing all kinds of stuff, setting up the grips, getting good posture. Like I'm not gonna just like single-mindedly go for it, right? Instead of brute force, we should try to deceive. So what I want to do is like, as far as like tactics or advanced tactics for setting up this grip, is I want to open it. So like, let's say right now he's, had good posture, has grips in front of my hip, and what I'm gonna do is grab same side, pull down. All right. Now, look, this grip is kind of like making this grip a little more isolated because I'm covering it. I'm kind of pulling in. This hand now comes in, grab. But now I have two grips on the same collar. And what I'm gonna do is pull my knees to the chest as I pull. That starts to break his posture, which is my first goal for attacking the cloak guard. He's going to try to resist. He's going to resist, but as he resists, that's what gives me the opportunity to start pulling and attacking the lapel. So, like, if we go back, like I broke his posture, boom, his lapel is already kind of loose because I opened it with my left hand. As he stretches away, my hand comes under his elbow, and I grab his lapel. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is pull him back in. And as I pull him back in, I pull the lapel out. Now he's still trying to resist. He's trying to pull away. Right here is what I switch. And I try to get it as tight on the tail as possible. If I'm here, it's going to be a weak grip. Like, no matter if I lock it up, he's going to wiggle out. It has to be tight. So I want to kind of like slide my hand down and touch the back of the tricep. All right? The tighter that grip is, the better my grip will be. Then when this hand comes under, locks up. And that grip will allow me to not only control the limb, but also break any grips he has on me. So like now when he tries to move, my elbow stay tight, and I start working my attack, whatever it's going to be. So big thing is for this one, we're opening the lapel, getting the cross collar, breaking the pocket. And then as he tries to resist the posture break, I come under and I grip. And when I grip, I still start still playing with his posture. Still trying to break him down. As I break him down, boom, pull, grip, lock. And then we go into whatever we're going to attack. Now, I'm going to let it handle fix the gi real quick so we can make this like situation look a little more applicable to a fight, right? Now, first of all, I am going to, of course, focus on breaking the posture, right? This is our first key objective. Yeah. But sometimes you have trouble doing that. Like it's like he has monster posture. Like I'm trying to break him down. It's not working. And it's not the end of the world. Like I still play this game. So the big thing is still his grip. Like under his arm. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab his sleeve. The reason I'm grabbing his sleeve is because I want to tilt him this way, which is kind of making him react to the wrong thing. So here I'm gripping his sleeve, which takes away his pulse on the side. And I'm also going to take my foot and put it right on his outside of his ankle. This is like very similar to a sweep we do, but when I do it, instead of going for the sweep, I'm just trying to force the space for the grip. So like I'm blocking the side of his body, we're blocking his foot so he can't pulse with his knee or his leg, and I'm controlling the sleeve so it's hard for him to pulse with his hand. This leg is going to go into his armpit, and I'm just going to knock him. So like here, knock, pull. Yeah. So I'm under boom. We're assuming that his gi is still locked up, and we go back into our attack. These are two additional, strategies or tactics for setting up that grip, and it's going to help you get to the initial position for the system. This is a bonus for your Deathlock set. I want to show you a small sequence of offense or code guard that will be successful for attack. The key element of all these three attacks is forcing a reaction that you can control. let's go right into it. The first thing is a triangle, right? And like the grips are open up, boom, right? Like the thing is, like I want to feed my cross collar grip, but it's super hard to just feed it without breaking them down at all. So like this grip is working as a minor posture grip. So like I'm opening, boom, pulling down, elbow to my side. Then my knees are coming to my chest, boom. He starts to break down a little. Then my grip starts to feed in. As deep as possible. All right. Now both grips are going to pull, break the posture as I knees go to your chest. Urgh. Right. The reason I want to break them down because I want to give him a incentive to pull away from me. When he pulls away from me, I can kind of trace his movement. I can let him pull me up. So like as I'm pulling, I'm gonna turn from pulling him to push. And my hip is out. Push. My goal is to push him into this point, right? So like I want him to be going that way. Because it's more likely that he will pull on his hand if I push him this way, this angle. Right now. Now, as he pulls, I have to do something to make him pull and commit to it. Right now, with me and my hip on the ground, if he lifts his hand, there's nothing stopping him. Like he doesn't pay any cost. My hips are sitting on him, and I'm driving in, and I'm still pushing him. If he lifts that hand, he can cause to lose his balance. That's the commitment I want him to make. Like fully committed to that push. So like I said, my grips, boom, break his pocket. When he starts pushing away, I have to put not straight back, but diagonal. So like as he starts to pull away and I start to initiate this movement, I'm gonna open my guard, plant my foot, push to diagonal, come up to my elbow, and then push to my hand, sit in his hip. Like I'm sitting on, making a full connect to the mind to that poke. Now, as that happens, what I want to do is to set up a triangle. I want to bring my right foot high onto his upper back. Make him clean on my way. So as higher I go, the better it is. Like if I can get here, that's ideal. Because now, again, he has to fully commit to that poke, but I'm light. I can bring that leg out, bring it across, and then right here, I'm gonna start pulling the ground. So like I'm pulling my collar grip in as I lock. All right. So this is our initial like dominant position for the triangle, but it's not ideal for finish. So I'll go through it again, and I'll give you details on how to finish the triangle in that situation. So our initial setup is cross collar, break the posture with not just the grip, but I'm also pulling my knees in. Boom. He starts to resist. Like as he resists, I resist too. I don't make it easy for him to posture up. He has to commit to it more. So he's fighting. As he fights, my hips sort of move out. I plant. I push to the side, come up to the hand. Sit. Then I climb. Lock. And then his hand goes to the back of his head. All right? Like, when I triangle, I must control the head. I must control posture. One hand at all times. Once I'm here, my goal is to pinch my hip. Like, my knees have to pinch, putting pressure on them so my hip can move out. But right now, my hips are on this side of his head. This is the worst. Like, this is not ideal for me to finish. I have to get my hip to the other side. So, pinch, move the hip out, lock up, tighten up, pinch. And now I can start like angling out more, looking at an angle. The goal is to get my hip out, looking for his ear on the same side as my primary choking leg. Right? So this is the first attack in a sequence. There's a lot of detail there, especially on the triangle. Usually, man, I could spend like hours talking about triangle finishes. So you have to focus on it. Like, play with your adjustment. You have a sneaky entry here. So like it doesn't matter if you can't finish. So work on it. So welcome back. We're gonna go right into it. This is another option off the same setup, right? force on that reaction where he posts out and fully commits from post. Right? Now, this is quickly becoming one of my favorite setups for a club in the close up. Because before I even go through the setup, one of the problems you have, like you get the grip, the guy knows he's trying to scissor sweep me, trying to, cross choke me. So a lot of guys will, if they don't break the grip, they will start to get down until they can break the grip, right? Because if my head's on the same side as my first grip, I'm in the worst situation to set up my second grip. Like, doesn't matter how I want to set it up. I can do the squirrel, anything. Here it's hard because I have to come all the way over here and I have to travel so much distance. So my goal is to put him in a strike zone. I call whenever his head is on the opposite, like whenever my head is on the opposite side of my first grip. So like whenever I get him here, that's in my strike zone, right? And the question is, how do I get him here more effectively? So this is one way to do it. So we set up the grip, open, creating space for the grip, also pulling the posture down a little, bringing the knees in to bring the posture down more, feed the grip. Feet it as tight as possible. I want to touch the back, like the tags on the back of his gi. My fingers I feel the tags. I know my grip is set, right? And now it's a matter of encouraging him, making it intelligent for him to put himself in my strike. So right here, like I start pulling him in, he starts stretching away from me, and I'm just going to shift a little. I have to shift because I have to take him in the diagonal. I don't want to push him straight back. Like the foot, and as I'm like pulling, all I'm doing is click, set. It's like I'm really trying to sell this hip ball sweep. Now, once I'm here, he's in my strike zone. My hand is now on the opposite side of my first grip. And what I'm gonna do is take my knee and just kind of bump him to make it even more like easy for me to set it up. So like I'm pushing. This outlet how I need is going to bump. Stop. So I chop and then I set the grip. And as soon as I set the grip, I want to touch my elbows together. So I'm like curling in, putting ear to ear. It's like I'm trying to whisper something secret. And then my grips are going to turn. The key is the wrist motion. I do the wrist motion before. Like that's the first thing I do when I set my grips because it makes me choke tighter right away. And then I start pulling. I will slide along the ribs, the sides of both my ribs. All right, so set up again. Boom. Deep. Bring his posture, playful. Shoot there behind me. Sit. Boom. Now he's close enough. Like he's close, but he's also on my strike zone. But when I shoot for this grip, I won't just fall back and lose everything. It's a chop, and then I grab what I can grab. Make good fists. Elbows connect. And then you start to turn the wrist and pull in. Old school attack mixed with a little deception, a little misdirection. Makes it work more effectively, right? And so I add like offense to your close up game. Here we go. Another attack in this sequence. And let's just go right into it. So again, we're trying to force a reaction. And we're starting off with this, open up the lapel, let's feed to that cross grip deep, right? Now, again, I'm breaking his posture. He tries to resist. I want to go with it. But I don't want to push him back straight back. And I kind of mentioned this, but I'll show you why we don't want to push straight back. When I push him straight back, not only does he not want to post, but if he does post, he's going to post behind the back. Which means that he can always pull that hand back up. Even if I sit on the flat, you can just pull that hand back up, even slide, you know? So I have to take him towards my cross grip. It has to be in the diagonal. So I'm going there, I'm breaking his posture. He starts to resist. I'm making it hard. And then as soon as I want, I'm going to punch him to a diagonal sit up, right? Now, I'm making him commit to the pose. For this attack, we're just going to go into a loop choke. When I go to a loop choke, though, my grip has to change. Right now, it's too deep. It's too high. It has to slide down. And I want to slide like right below the shoulder, like right here, if you can see it. So I was high, I slide the grip down, and once I'm here, what I want to do is I want to do a big, massive bust move because I want him to come forward, right? What's happening is right now my grip's in the right place, and if you can see, his hand is lowering my head. This is my condition for doing a good loop pull. I'm pulling down the collar constantly, and all I'm gonna do is lift my elbow, right elbow, as I cock his head under my forearm. I want to see my fingers. So pull down, top, look at my fingers, I'm putting his forehead right on my hip. I'm gonna lean back and I'm gonna slide his head up towards my armpit. So you look at that again. I'll do it from the side. Grip, right, slide the grip, do a landing, pull the collar. He put his head on her hip, drop, finish. And this is the third attack in this sequence. If you got nothing else from this whole thing, is if I'm effective in creating a reaction, forcing a reaction that I could predict and create often taking advantage of that situation. I created it. I made him make an intelligent decision because my pressure forces him to choose between a rock and a hard place. He pulls or he falls. I don't care what happens. Like if he falls, he gives me the sweep. That's cool too. But if he doesn't, he'll pay.